There's a lot of ways to carry a firearm, and for me, pocket carry is the best option. And today we're going to be talking about why I think a snub-nose revolver is the best choice for pocket carry. How's it going, guys? And welcome to another episode of Coffee Talk. My name is Chad, and this is the Hopeful Homestead. And in this series of videos, I like to think that I'm talking to all the husbands and dads out there about all the difficult things in life as we sit here having some coffee together. And today, we're talking about firearms again. We're talking about why I love snub-nose revolvers for pocket carry. Set this cup of coffee down. It's so good, as always. But what I've got right here is my daily carry firearm, my EDC pistol right here. This is a Colt Cobra. This is an original Colt Cobra, 75-year-old pistol from the 1950s that was passed down to me from my great-grandfather to my grandfather to me. And this was actually my great-grandfather's police-issued sidearm that he carried with him up in Virginia when he was serving as a police officer in Alexandria, Virginia. So the history behind this gun is awesome. The heritage, the heirloom nature of it, I just love that. And honestly, once I inherited it and started, taking it out and testing it out, for such a small little barrel, it's like a little 2-inch barrel, snub-nose revolver, double action, this thing, 38 special, this thing packs a punch and is more accurate than I would have thought. And being that it is a Colt Cobra, it's got an aluminum alloy mixture frame that is extremely lightweight, and it's got plastic grips that look like wood to keep the weight down, making it a very nice pistol for pocket carry, because that's important. With a pocket carry firearm, it can't be a heavy thing. I tried out a Rock Island Armory M206, I think it's called, that is basically a knockoff of this gun, but it's an all steel gun, and that was heavy. That weight, you put that in your pocket and it would like pull your belt down, it would pull everything down because it was a heavy gun. It too was a 38 special, but for me, this being an actual Colt, it's just an incredibly reliable, awesome gun that is proving to be very accurate for what it is. I don't think that I'm going to be trying to take any targets out with this from more than about 10 yards or so. That's not the intended purpose of a snub-nose revolver in the pocket. The intended purpose of this is taking care of threats that are looking to harm me or my family up close and personal. I'm not trying to take out a mass shooter at church or something with this from 25 yards. That'd be irresponsible. Yeah, you could potentially do it, but you might also miss the target and take out someone else in the process, which obviously that's a no-go. And fun fact about the Colt Cobra is it's the first of the snake line of firearms for Colt. This is the first one that kicked off the whole lineup of guns that are named after snakes, like the python, the anaconda, the king cobra, all of them. This is the first one. This is what started that whole trend with Colt. So it's got a nice piece of history to it. And this is the same gun that has been used in a lot of famous assassinations throughout history as well. Not this particular one, but this same model gun, which is not necessarily good history, but it's a proven platform that's been around a while and is famous. And for being 75 years old, it's still got perfect timing. It still cycles through ammunition perfectly well, and it fires off everything like it's supposed to. And I truly love it for that. And being a snub-nose revolver in general, a snub-nose being that it's, short form factor, it fits in the pocket really nicely. And being that it's double action, I can actually keep my hand in my pocket on the grip with my finger next to the trigger guard. If I'm walking through a parking lot that seems sort of sketchy, I can have that ready to go. And I can even tilt that gun up in my pocket while staying concealed because of the snub-nose nature of it, and actually pull the trigger and fire through my pocket at a target that's real close to me or attacking me on my person. I could keep this thing in a sweatshirt pocket down in front of me or in a jacket pocket and be able to have it ready to go, pointed at a target, and still concealed inside of the pocket, and be able to fire rounds without ever even alerting my target that I have a firearm. Obviously, only doing that in an instance where you feel like your life is truly in danger or your family's in danger. But having that upper hand of being able to, that's one of the advantages of pocket carry over in the waistband carry, is that you can have your gun in your hand ready to go and ready to fire even while it's still concealed. And a snub-nose revolver is great for that because, like I've said before, slide action pistols that are pocket carry capable, those things, being a slide action, if that slide is depressed in any way, it can prevent the gun from going off. Whereas a revolver, you can shove this thing right up against the target and it'll still fire every time. And being double action, you can pull that trigger as fast as you want and get all 6 rounds shot off very quickly from inside a pocket, pushed up against the inside of a jacket pocket, or pushed up against your target if they're already on top of you attacking you. That is a major, major win for pocket carry and snub nose revolvers. Yes, I have carried other guns in pocket carry before. I do like the Kimber Micro 9, the stainless version of that. I like that gun a lot, you know, being that it can hold 7 rounds, and then obviously you can carry multiple mags with you for fast, quick reloading. It only had a 2 or 3 inch barrel, and it was pretty good about chewing up ammunition without having any malfunctions, but it would still on occasion jam, and that's another Revolver perk, is that they don't jam typically. Yes, any gun can malfunction. Any gun can have a problem that causes it to not go off. I'm not saying revolvers will never, ever not fire. I'm saying that revolvers by nature don't jam the way semi-auto slide pistols do. It is far less likely to happen. And so that reliability of knowing that I can just pull the trigger and it will go boom is very, very important for this type of gun, for its intended purpose of being a personal defense weapon that is in close quarters with a threat. You need it to work. You need to be able to count on it working. And in those instances, if you have someone on top of you in a close environment, the fact that a revolver only carries 5 or 6 rounds is not a problem, because that's enough to take care of your threat in that situation. And in most attacks in America, statistically, the fight is over within the first 3 to 4 rounds being fired off. So it does not matter that you have 18 plus rounds in a double stack mag in some gigantic gun you're trying to shove in your pocket. That doesn't apply. That doesn't actually matter. Yes, in a scenario where you are trying to take out a mass shooter in a big public situation or at church or something, having a gun with that kind of ammo capacity is useful. And in those situations, maybe you choose to carry a different firearm for that purpose. But in my opinion, you could still carry your pocket pistol, your snub nose revolver in your pocket, in addition to something like that for those circumstances, so that in any situation, you've got that trusty platform that will fire, that you can press up against the target, that you can pull the trigger and it will not jam, and you can just rely on it. And as you can see, I've got it in this pocket carry holster that has this grip texture tape around it, so that when it's in your pocket and you reach into the pocket to pull the gun, you pull it, this texture will keep the holster in the pocket, pulling the revolver from the pocket so that you can then deploy it right away without having to fiddle with the holster coming off of it. You know, you're not pulling this whole thing out of your pocket to shoot. You're pulling the gun, the holster stays in the pocket, and then you've got your gun ready to go. But all right, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you feel like sticking around, I've got a video right here all about why you should consider revolvers in today's modern world. So click on that and I'll see you over in that video, guys. Again, my name is Chad and this is the Hopeful Homestead. Thanks.